What's up? It's Zen. Today I'm making a video about the Beats Studio Pros. And excuse the mess in the background, I'm in the middle of moving. There's supposed to be a bookshelf that is going right there, so everything is just kind of all over. But yeah, let's talk about these today. The main reason I wanted to make this video is because I bought these Beats Studio Pro not too long ago. I would say less than 2 years ago. But you know, back then there was definitely a heyday for Beats Studio Pros and Beats products in general. This was definitely a while back, even probably before Apple bought Beats, but I wanted to see if they were still kind of worth it now in like 2025, because now there are just so many audio options. Mainly I'll just be talking about my own experiences. I won't get too much in terms of the specs or the tech itself, just from usability and my experience with the product. I'll keep it relatively simple and I'll just go through all the pros first, and then I'll go through the cons of the Beats. So before the Beats Studio, I had experience with Beats before. I had the wired earbuds way back when in the 2010s, and then I had the Beats Solo 3s. And I really liked the Beats Solo 3s. They were a little smaller. They weren't over ear. I think they were considered on ear. However, I did notice ear cups were smaller than this, and they did give me a headache if I wore them for like over an extended period of time. My first pro of the product is definitely the sound quality. I would say I have used other headphones before. It is good, and it is good for listening to music. I listen to a lot of music, I study a lot, and I just enjoy vibing out, and these are great for that. It has pretty good bass and clarity. Another thing I really like about this is the battery life. You can definitely charge it maybe like once a week. Basically, you can get up to 40 hours with one charge. Or you can charge it for a couple minutes and get a few hours of playback from it, which is great if you're the type of person that lets the battery run out completely. Another pro is that it's actually an Apple product. So if you're part of the Apple ecosystem like I am, like I use iPhone, iPads, etc., it seamlessly kind of switches from device to device. Like I said, I had a pair of Beats Solos before this, and it was definitely an upgrade in terms of just easily switching between devices, because that one did not do it as well. I would say it's very similar if you have a pair of AirPods. Switching from your iPad to your computer to your phone is a lot easier and quicker. These headphones can be corded. It comes with a little cord in the box, and that's just great in case you run out of a charge or you're someplace like, let's say on an airplane where you want to plug it into something else. I will say the cord that it came with when I bought it in 2023, it is the traditional audio jack that can't be plugged into the new iPhones. It is travel friendly. You can kind of just fold it up and put it in a case, and the box does come with its own travel case. I would say it's still pretty bulky. It doesn't fold up any more than this though. And then I would say in terms of durability, it's held up pretty well. Clearly it's a little bit dirty because I've been using it. After about 1.5 or 2 years of use, I think they look really great and they don't look banged up. And the cups are pretty cushiony. And I guess that kind of goes into my first con of the product, because although the cups are cushiony, I do feel like they're not super comfortable. Like I can wear them for a couple hours, but I can't wear them for the entire day without taking them off and taking some breaks in between. And the reason for that is because I feel like when I put it on, no matter how I adjust it, I do feel like it clamps on my head as opposed to just being on my head. And I think it has to do with the fact that the top here is not that cushiony. It does have a little bit of a cushion, but it's not like the same cushion that you would get from like your headphone area, or I guess the earpiece area. And this is coming from somebody with a below average head circumference. My head is very small. I don't know the size of it or anything, but whenever I go out to buy a hat, I always have to adjust it to either the smallest size, or the majority of the hats that are not adjustable just do not fit my head. So just keep that in mind if you have a bigger head. I feel like this would be super uncomfortable if it's uncomfortable just for me. Like I said, I can wear these for like 1 or 2 hours, but I need to take a break and I can't wear them all day, which is a big con for me as somebody who needs to be wearing them all day to study or something. It also ruins my hair, but that's just the problem I have with kind of all on-ear headphones. Like if I put it on like this, it'll leave a little dent in my head right here, which is kind of normal for a lot of on-ear headphones. Although these are more comfortable than the Beats Solo 3 wireless I had before, I would still say they're not the most comfortable thing in the world. I feel like this design hasn't been updated in a long time, and in this day and age, comfort is king. I will say over time, and it's taken a while to get to this point, but it has molded a little bit more to my head and my ears. So it's more comfortable now than straight out of the box. So if you find them just slightly uncomfortable, I would give it some time for it to kind of mold to your specific body. I do feel like it's gotten softer over time because the first time I put these on, I feel like I couldn't really last more than an hour in them, but now I can wear them for about 2 or 3 hours at least. The second con I'll get into is the active noise canceling. The active noise canceling is good, but for on-ear headphones or like over-the-head headphones, you would just expect a little more in this day and age. When I compare these to the AirPod Pros, I feel like the active noise canceling is possibly even better on those, and those are cheaper and they go into your ears, so they're more convenient for everyday use. So I always kind of gravitate towards those for active noise canceling when I'm out doing things. I've used these in the airport before, and I also bought the AirPod Pros that same day, and when I used them both side by side, it kind of felt like the AirPod Pros had better active noise canceling. I just feel like when you're buying this, you're not buying it for that active noise canceling, but you might trick your mind into thinking you are just because they go over your ear. You might think they're better. Active noise canceling is, in this day and age, it's amazing. If you guys have never tried it, just being able to zone out the majority of the noise in an airport or an aircraft. Even if you're not in an airport, to be able to do that when you're home at studying. Let's say you live with a bunch of people and it's super loud at home and you need to be able to study. Or you're in a library at a university or a cafe or something, just to be able to zone everything out. Another con about this product is the price. If you get it not on sale, it's about $350, and that's just really steep for the quality of the product, in my opinion. For $350, it is kind of middle tier, but considering that the majority of the time you can get it on sale, and there's just a ton of sales from Black Friday to Memorial Day to whenever, I would just wait if you're really hoping to get it. Another con of this is a con I kind of have with all over-ear headphones, and that's that they're bulky. You'll find this issue with almost every single one. Comparing it to other headphones is not necessarily a con, but comparing it to other audio items that I have, it kind of is. Just because I have the AirPod Pros, I have the regular old traditional AirPods too, and these are just so much bigger, and for that reason I don't really travel with them. These are kind of just the ones I leave by my computer at home to be able to use every day, but I don't take them with me to the gym. I don't take them traveling. I don't take these around the apartment if I need to use headphones for whatever reason. They kind of just have a dedicated space in my life, and I just use it for that, and they're good enough. And the fact that it comes with a travel case and a cord, it seems very travel friendly until you have a different item that is just way smaller and compact to be able to use. And another thing I've kind of noticed about these is the mic quality is not super good. And that isn't even from me recording or anything. It's just whenever I pick up a phone call on these, people are always like, "Oh, are you out? Are you driving?" And just saying that just makes me realize, so either the mic is too far away from my actual mouth to be sounding natural, or it's just the quality is kind of weird, or you hear other noises with it. Just makes me realize this is not something I would probably use for a conference. My personal opinions, in 2025, are these worth it? I would say the cons definitely outweigh the pros for me. If I could watch this video and go back, I would personally not buy them. However, these were a gift from my brother. I forced him to buy them for me. It was Black Friday of 2023, and I was like, "You have to get these for me. I've wanted these for so long." But then I forget that I wanted them for almost 10 years. And at that point, yes, 10 years later, they don't feel that worth it anymore. I do think there are better things out there, especially for the price that you're paying nowadays. And if you do choose to get these, definitely don't get them full price. On sale or even free from me because my brother bought them, I would say they're worth it, or at least that you won't be unsatisfied with the product. At the end of the day, I use them, I'm happy with them. I don't think they're a waste of money if you can get them on sale. The sound quality is there, the active noise canceling is there, they're comfortable if you can get past the first couple stages of it. And once it molds to you, you can use them for a couple hours of what you need them for. This device switching is great, it comes with a lot of travel accessories, the cups are cushiony. It has a lot going for it. It's just, now are they outdated? But it's if I could go back and splurge on something else for a little bit extra money, I think I would do that instead. I think the vast majority of the time I would go with my AirPod Pros over these just because they're smaller, more convenient, and I think the active noise canceling is a little bit better. I don't think I'll sell these and I eventually upgrade to, a new over-ear. I think I'll give these up or give them away to either a family or a friend. They serve their purpose and they're good for what they are. They're not bad by any means. I just think that there are things out there that are better in this day and age. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye!